Well, hello again, all you friends and neighbors from around the world. Sid High here again with another sermon from the Church of High Thoughts. Today we're going to go over cult characteristics. Since I know I'll be getting comments about cults, I would like to go over some of the characteristics of cults. To protect yourselves, it is important to have an understanding of cult characteristics. There are many groups that claim to be part of a religion but do not embrace the religion's connection with commonalities. For example, if you claim to be a Christian but do not follow the teachings of Jesus Christ, then you are not a real Christian. You would be a Christian in name only, or CINO, to be hip like all these newfangled folks are doing with the acronyms. Anyway, this, in propaganda terms, is word or symbol hijacking. I will cover propaganda techniques in other sermons, as learning about propaganda is extremely important so that you will be more aware when the techniques are being used on you. And this applies to any religion or organization. I was just using Christianity as an example. I hope to see some other examples in the comment section. Always remember, we're looking for positive or constructive criticism. We'll basically ignore everything else, so all of you trolls and bots and everything else can forget it as far as that's concerned. Okay. From what I have observed, CINOs use the label of Christianity to be associated with and hide behind the positive aspects of being a Christian, but instead are corrupting Christianity by spewing hate and lies to gain power. And like many of these groups, have cult-like qualities or are in fact cults. Cults can often be characterized by several common traits, though not every group with one or more of these characteristics is necessarily a cult. Here are some typical features. All right, here's a biggie off the bat. Charismatic leadership. Cults usually have a single powerful leader who claims to have special knowledge or insight. This leader demands absolute loyalty and obedience. All right, anybody can give me examples of that? Go ahead. Keep it positive. Manipulative tactics. Cults often use psychological manipulation, propaganda, including indoctrination, isolation from outside influences, and control over personal relationships to maintain control over members. Boy, that's a biggie. Okay. Exclusive beliefs. Cults typically promote an idea that they possess the sole truth or path to salvation, often dismissing or demonizing other belief systems. Lots of that going on, isn't there? All right, high levels of commitment. Members are often required to make significant personal, financial, or emotional sacrifices, which can include severing ties with family and friends. Another biggie there. It goes with the other, but all right, next, us versus them mentality. Cults create a strong distinction between members, us, and non-members, them, fostering an environment of mistrust or hostility towards outsiders. All right, next is intense group cohesion. Cults emphasize unity and solidarity among members, often discouraging dissent or questioning of the group's belief or practices. Yeah, you can't get outside your bubble is basically what we're saying there. Exploitation and abuse. Cults often exploit members financially, emotionally, or physically. This can include demanding large financial contributions or subjecting members to harsh treatment. Oh, and here's the biggie for me from my childhood. Apocalyptic or revolutionary beliefs. Many cults have a doomsday or utopian narrative, suggesting that they are the only ones prepared for an impending catastrophe or destined to create a perfect society. I gave some examples while going through this list, but I'm hoping that you will give your examples in the comment section. A really great book on this subject is Combating Cult Mind Control by Stephen Hassan. Get that out here and hopefully get it up to where you can see it. Stephen was a Moonie and was so high up in the organization he worked with Moon himself. His story of joining, what he experienced while he was in, and how he got out of the Moonies, and what he did with his life after being in the Moonies, I found to be fascinating, and that is really a positive story for folks that want to pause the story out there. I'm not being paid by Stephen or anything. I just read this book and I loved it, so I'm putting it out here. And anyways, that's it for today. And next, unfortunately, I'm going to go over some propaganda techniques before I get into looking at 12 different religions from their positive aspects and then how they each relate to the commonalities. They'll be extremely long and really more for reference than anything else, but I think it is fascinating how you can really look at the commonalities and say, yes, they belong to all religions, and even if you don't believe, they are certainly the moral guidelines that help create a just society, and we certainly need a lot more of that. Also, I guess to add again, I'm not asking for any donations. If you would like to donate to your favorite charity in the name of High Thoughts, please do so if you want to spread the word about it as far as watching the videos. And I'm going to try and document a lot of my work and hopefully get it on Substack, something like that. We'll see how this all goes because, this is totally new to me. You can obviously see I'm not a charismatic leader, so at least don't check that box for the cult membership, I guess. Anyway, I'm rambling now, so I hope you all are having a great life and being positive and helping one another. And hopefully you can turn into the next video, and then after that, we'll be much more positive. I promise. All right, thanks.